And yet, I played an old man to avoid this crap. A few years ago, I joined the D&D game of a guy I was loosely friends with. He had seemed pretty nice. I liked the world he came up with. And then I ended up clicking with the other players when we met to hang out the first time. Everything seemed great. Now, I'm a pretty intuitive person, and I could tell that this guy was interested in me without outright telling me, which I was thankful for at the time, as I didn't want to make things awkward at the table I just joined. So, just to make sure that no lines were being blurred between game and reality, I created a character that was almost opposite to me. An older male tiefling who was extremely confident, the ultimate actor, and high-key tired of people's bullshit. He even had a strong accent. He felt sufficiently divorced from myself, which was fun to play, and I ended up really digging his attitude, backstory, and trajectory. Well, fast forward to game time. Slowly but surely, I noticed NPCs hitting on him. It became a joke at the table that my character is a silver fox and can't turn the charm off. It was actually kind of funny, so I let it slide. It seemed more like a running gag than anything too aggressive. And, again, my character was very far from myself in my mind, so nothing felt personal or out of character. A couple weeks into the game, the DM asks if I want to go to dinner with him. I almost said no out of habit. I'm just not really interested in dating right now, but realized that I'm an adult now and two people can go to dinner together. It's not like this is high school, and a date means you're suddenly romantic and exclusive. So I told him, yeah, let's grab food downtown. I was happy to be getting out and enjoying one of my city's really cool restaurants, and I was sort of looking forward to hearing about his life beyond the D&D table. The dinner went fine. I paid separately. We didn't even hug or anything after. I can't stress how friendly/casual it seemed. Apparently, friendship was never an option for him. He asked me the next day if the dinner meant something more to me, and I was very honest and straightforward about my lack of interest in anything beyond friendship. Homeboy did not accept that. He started pressuring me into going out with him again, because he admitted that he liked me, and apparently thought that another dinner would magically make me realize I did indeed like him back. Like what? I just had to tell him again, nicely but firmly, that I wasn't interested in him like that. He continued to bombard me with texts over the week, and then it was time for D&D night. I was hesitant about going, but figured, 1, there were other people at the table that I really enjoyed hanging with, and knew would stick up for me if anything weird happened. And 2, the DM and I should talk in person anyways, to clear up the miscommunication we seemed to be having, despite my very straightforward answers. During the session, the DM played at least 3 young females at different points, who all loved to hit on my old man, even getting physical with him by trying to grab onto him and stuff. They/the DM were basically fawning over this silver fox. I personally never once described him as a silver fox, for the record. I was uncomfortable and maneuvered out of it in character. Eventually, however, I had to voice my annoyance out of character that these random girls who had never met my character were suddenly obsessed with him, going so far as to crash a completely separate combat encounter. The DM expected me to play along, and he got aggressive, both in and out of character, when I wasn't flirting back with him/the girls. Another week goes by, another onslaught of texts from this guy. I have to put it bluntly. Name, I am not interested in dating you. I will not be interested in dating you, and I need you to respect my decision as well as my time. He responded with even more texts about how I needed to give him a chance, and how he wanted this to work because he likes me so much. It got to a point where I literally had to ask him to not text me unless I texted him first. My dad actually told me I need to tell him that. I felt like a bitch saying it, but homeboy would not get a clue. He even sent about 4 texts back after I asked him to not message me, one of which was a threat on my character's safety in the future. I took a note out of my vaguely cranky Tiefling's book and decided I don't have to deal with this. Needless to say, I dropped the game altogether because he was clearly not able to respect me, nor keep his out-of-character feelings from impacting the table. Did I think about piecing out would fix the problem? Yes, I absolutely did. I thought space and time would get him off my back. Maybe he'd realize how incelly he had been sounding. Oh boy, was I wrong. The DM continued to text me throughout the rest of the summer. He lost some steam going into the fall, but nevertheless, he persisted, and persisted, and persisted. I very rarely ever responded, but he didn't care, and my text history is proof of it. In fact, it's 3 years later, and I still randomly receive a text from him, like when I graduated or when it's a holiday. I don't know the last time I responded. Big oof. Good news is, I've gotten to play my character with a new group of friends, and the old guy is still kicking. TLDR, Incelly DM hits on me through my old man character with young girl NPCs and continued to low-key harass me with texts even after I left the game. Both myself and my character are living our best lives now, but wow, was that a weird experience. Now, there's not a lot of things I can suggest for others to not end up in this type of scenario, but there is one thing I gotta say, and it's not for the women, but for the men. Not all men, because I know not everyone acts this way, but the ones that do. If a woman is not interested, then she isn't. Harassing her is not going to make her suddenly fall in love with you. That's not how it works, and honestly, it's hard to even stick up for ourselves in this kind of situation. And I feel bad for her and proud of her and thankful nothing worse happened. She's now living her best life, and that's really good. But that's all I gotta say about this story. I really want to hear what all of you think about this, so let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!